We always knew that Donald Trump was absolutely slimy. He's a backstabbing loser with a low IQ and low self-esteem. But this story is honestly hard to fathom. That's right, because a bombshell report has just exposed Trump's betrayal against the ultimate MAGA queen. How's it going, everybody? My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, we're gonna get to this bombshell report in just a moment, because believe me, it is really quite shocking and a little bit ironic. But first, you guys have got to see this, because this is really incredible. A lawmaker just appeared in front of millions and laid a brutal smackdown on Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem over the ongoing effort to prosecute the Newark mayor.
Have you come to a conclusion, or are you coming to a conclusion that he was targeted, as the mayor said?
He was absolutely targeted. And the idea that Secretary Noem would come before our Homeland Security Committee hearing and attempt to turn it around on him and on members of Congress that sit in that committee is despicable. I mean, he came to do oversight on a facility. He was told to leave, and otherwise they'd arrest him. He left, and they closed the gate and then opened the gate after talking to who knows who, and then came back and arrested him. They're wanting to make sure that the American people know that they're willing to go after anyone. This is about fear. This is what authoritarians do, fascists do. They go after judges, members of Congress, and mayors of their own city.
But it's not the only time today that conservatives were smacked down in front of millions.
And, you know, I am not in the business of giving Donald Trump advice. You might be, or giving Republicans. You're a smart guy. And, like, this is what I don't get, like, Scott, is you could call up the president and give him some really good advice and say, hey, you know that comprehensive immigration bill that you helped tank last year?
Are you still on that?
Yeah.
Even after you lost the election over it?
Scott, let me talk.
I mean, honestly.
Don't interrupt me. But you could take that bill. You now control the White House, the House, and the Senate, and pass it. Presidents from both parties for decades have been trying to get this through. He could be a historic president by doing that. Instead, he's taking on a fight like birthright citizenship, which is a loser for them, will not go through. And I think that this is why, you know, people are turning against Trump on an issue that was one of his strongest against Democrats in November.
I'll just briefly answer. We didn't need the bill. We just needed a new president, as Donald Trump has argued. He changed executive branch policy and has effectively closed the southern border, and now he's taking strong executive action.
When you're a conservative and you're simping for Donald Trump, you're just asking to lose. That's what happens when you dedicate yourself to the biggest loser of them all. Speaking of which, Donald Trump recently made quite a few disrespectful remarks when he was speaking to the military.
Because as you know, we won 3 elections, okay? And some people want us to do a 4th. I don't know, we'll have to think about that. You saw the new hat. The hottest hat is, it says, Trump 2028. We're driving the left crazy when you see that. We didn't need that hat, but it's been an amazing period of time.
This is really quite pathetic. I mean, hearing Trump joke about violating the Constitution to the very men and women who fight for our Constitution, for our freedoms, this is just not funny to me. It's just gross. But believe me, Trump is capable of stooping lower. And now MAGA is finding out. That's right, the moment you've been waiting for, as a bombshell report has exposed Donald Trump's betrayal against a MAGA queen.
A bombshell Wall Street Journal report just revealed a stunning act of betrayal inside Trump's inner circle. And the target? One of his most loyal foot soldiers, Majorie Taylor Greene. Behind the scenes, Greene had been eyeing a high-profile 2026 Senate run in Georgia against Democrat Jon Ossoff. But before she could even launch her campaign, Trump quietly commissioned a secret poll, conducted by his longtime pollster, Tony Fabrizio. The results? Disastrous. Greene was projected to lose the general election by a staggering 18 points. Sources say Trump personally shared the poll with Greene in what some insiders are calling a clear effort to talk her out of running. And it worked. Greene announced she wouldn't pursue the seat, blaming the so-called Uniparty in a post on X. But here's where it gets messy. Greene claimed the pollster, Fabrizio, had refused to work with her due to a conflict of interest. But the Wall Street Journal reports he's been working for Trump the entire time, undermining her narrative completely. In other words, she lied. Greene also lashed out at Trump's team, accusing his consultants of manipulating him for profit, saying they get filthy rich off endorsements while misleading the president. This latest twist reveals a larger pattern. Trump is already reshaping the 2026 map from the shadows, playing kingmaker, but even his most loyal allies aren't safe. The big question now, if Marjorie Taylor Greene just got sidelined, who's next?
Oh, that has gotta sting. I mean, there's no way of putting that gently. That is embarrassing. Even Trump was like, Marjorie, please don't do it. Please, I beg you. Imagine if this were the other way around. Someone showed Trump a poll showing that he was going to lose, begging him not to run. Trump would fire that guy and then call the poll fake news. I guess Marjorie Taylor Greene kind of did the same thing. All in all, it's a massive mess. Or in a more simpler term, the Trump administration is just one big clusterfuck.